one fast family.
From the streets of Philadelphia, and to be honest with you, we're from the streets of Philadelphia.
A tale of survival.
We're from the streets of Philadelphia, which can be, very rough. You follow the footsteps of your friends, and if your friends go in the wrong direction and you just want to you're just hanging with them. You can get in trouble just by engaging.
Two of our favorite people at the motorcycle drag races are Rickey Gadson and his nephew Richard. And boy, these tight-knit family members have a story to tell.
Rickey became a legend in the sport, but it certainly wasn't easy.
Rickey Gadson's one of the most amazing rags to riches success stories in all of drag bike racing. Rickey told me he was once so poor that the lights would go out in the middle of the week because he simply did not have enough money to pay the electric bill. Fast forward several years later, and Gadson became one of the only motorcycle drag bike racers to enjoy factory backing and went on to win 11 championships.
But what's even more special and touching is the unbreakable relationship Rickey has with his nephew Richard and how they rose from tragedy to triumph.
Even more admirable is the story of how Rickey took his nephew under his wing and set him on the right path. Few know that Richard's dad, Skip, was one of the most talented and feared street racers on the East Coast. Unfortunately, on September 26, 1992, Skip lost his battle with diabetes, and Richard was only 6 years old.
Rickey knew what he had to do. Richard Gadson has become a multi-class competitor, a four-time champion, and arguably one of the greatest all-around motorcycle drag bike racers in the world. And he has done it hand in hand, step by step, with his uncle Rickey. It is amazing what this family has accomplished and continues to accomplish. They've found so much success, and they've done it all together. It could be a wheelie bar bike, a pro street bike, or even a stock ZX-10. If it's fast motorcycles, the Gadsons love it. Nice, clean, swift, straight and narrow, pure launch for Richard. Those are words to also describe the way Rickey wanted his nephew to be raised, coming from the mean streets of Philadelphia. In this video, we'll explain to you how drag racing can save lives. We're also going to explore the touching relationship between the Gadsons and learn how they were able to rise up from tragedy to become one of the most successful families ever. Meet the Gadsons.
Master of the GS. How many bikes are you riding this weekend, Richard?
4.
This is the Pro Street Bike, a Brad Mummer, world's quickest nitrous street bike.
You're the man. Is it tough going from the no bar bike to the bar bike? Is it tough to...
I think it used to be, now you just kind of get used to it or whatever, but it can be. It can be. Sometimes I get up here, can't remember, where I leave at on this bike because I rode another one, but, you get used to it.
Love it. And I see we got the legend in the house, Rickey G. How you doing, Rickey?
What's up, Jack?
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember when this young man was about 14 years old and you were putting him on a 600?
Oh, the sweet memories. Yes, indeed. Richard was bright-eyed and wanted to be just like his uncle Rickey. Fast forward several years later, and he is.
13.
15.
Age 15?
That's the lie we had to tell back then.
Yeah, we had to. He seems to remember 15 because that's what we told everybody.
We told
I
everybody.
think he was literally 13 or 14. But
did you ever think he was
yeah.
going to rise to this level? One of the top racers in the world.
You know what? the very first time, you know, me and him, I had 600s back then for my drag racing school. And I used to take him out with oversized leathers and everything just to get him, you know, Friday night at ACO, just to give him a couple passes. And the first time I'm talking, I had a microphone, I had a walkie-talkies in his ear, intercom in his ear. And I'm talking to him as he's doing the burnout. I'm getting ready to tell him how to release the clutch and get off the gas to come out the burnout. He just does it. I said, whoa. So, I mean, right from the get-go, he was something special. He was riding my ZX-12 around the pits, and I swear to you, he looked like a 6-year-old on my ZX-12. But he was riding it like it was nothing. So he was going to be great. His father was great. A lot of people don't know that. My brother was one of the baddest street racers there were, you know. He never reached this level, but it's in him. He got it honest.
It's in your blood. Richard, how much has it been a benefit having a legend like Rickey as your uncle to coach and mentor you?
$649, $213.
Think about that one.
Good. Not bad start to the weekend.
How about it, Rickey?
Definitely not a bad start. 649 today, more to come.
For you.
And it's invaluable. I feel like I owe him. I feel like he should be paid for everything he taught me. You know, it was just you know, you got to think he was a young adult when my father passed, and he took me all over the country with him racing. I skipped school and everything to go racing, and just videoing them and being around all the older guys that, you know, I respect a lot, and watching how they did it, I guess, kind of contributed to how I ended up being.
Richard was there every step of the way throughout Rickey's career as Rickey was determined to be the uncle he knew young Richard needed. That effect can be felt today as Richard races just about every chance he gets.
Seems like if a drag strip is open, you are there. You're living this life. Are you enjoying it?
I'm loving it. I love every minute of it. I'm gonna do it as long as I can, that's for sure.
You know what, Jack? I think it was really good that that I got a chance to have him with me under my wing, because I was able to use his love for racing to keep him on a straight and narrow. You know, because in Philadelphia, there's so many ways he could have went, and I actually did not let him race 600 Super Sport at one race because his grades dropped. Something happened in school, and I always told him, as long as you're doing good at school, we going racing. If you don't do good in school, you ain't going racing. So he had to miss a race. Never had an issue ever again with school.
I think there's something to that drag racing really can keep you out of trouble.
And nobody knows that better than Rickey Gadson, who found out firsthand Philadelphia could be an unforgiving place.
Absolutely. I mean,
it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of hard work, so you don't have time to do other things.
Well, and we're from the streets of Philadelphia. To be honest with you, we're from the streets of Philadelphia, which can be, very rough. You follow the footsteps of your friends, and if your friends go in the wrong direction and you just want to you're just hanging with them. You can get in trouble just by.
Thanks so much, guys. Good luck here. That's it.
This is Richard on the Cooper Performance Pro Mod. The flair, the aptitude, the technique, it has all been passed down by Uncle Rickey. In drag racing, as with life, not every pass will go according to plan. But what's important is look at these family members and their unbreakable bond and the love they have not only for the sport, but the love they have for one another in good times and bad. It's what their relationship was founded on, and it's what keeps them going strong all these years later. Surely Skip Gadson is looking down, smiling on these two. Skip, the brilliant and skilled street racer, would be proud of this one. That is a stock Kawasaki ZX-10, ladies and gentlemen. Let's watch Uncle Ricky. Although they compete in several different categories, Ricky and Richard told me there's nothing they enjoy riding more than a stock wheelbase motorcycle. It's such an unbelievable challenge and thrill. It's a good way to show off the immense ability in their clutch hands. How about another 9-second run on the board for Rickey Gadson? These astute veterans know all the tricks and what to pay attention to. And sometimes they need every bit of that talent and experience. From a 600 to having the strength and flair to hold on and control a motorcycle in a wild run like that, Richard Gadson certainly is one of the best in the world. How about another 649, 215 miles an hour. Thank you everybody for subscribing to Cycle Drag on YouTube. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the comments, and thank you for also liking cycledrag.com on Facebook. Share it with your friends. If you keep it growing, we're gonna keep bringing you awesome stuff like this. Thanks a lot. This inspirational tale serves as a reminder that life is not fair. Sometimes the things we are dealt are horrible and uncalled for, but through perseverance, through love, through a strong family bond, you can rise up. Richard Gadson and Rickey Gadson are two remarkable success stories and continue to show that each and every day. From the humble beginnings on the mean streets of Philadelphia to the winner's circle all across the United States, it's impressive. We wish the Gadsons all the best as they show no signs of slowing down, keeping this special family bond going for years to come. You know one thing, no matter what they're riding, it could be a wheelie bar bike, it could be a no bar bike, it could be the world's quickest nitrous street bike, we'll be watching, and you can watch too. And the Gadsons will be watching on the Cycle Drag YouTube channel.
I am George Price. I am very, very thankful for CycleDrag.com on Facebook and Cycle Drag on YouTube. And I have been racing for a long time. I won a lot of races and had a lot of championships. And I'm very thankful for CycleDrag.com.
6 NHRA championships, 82 Wallies, and some fast baggers. Thank you very much, George Bryce. Do you like to watch at home on your phone?
I like to watch it on my phone no matter where I am, even on the airplane.
Thank you, George. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend! The legend is here. How are you doing, sir?
I'm cycle dragging. That's what I'm doing. Cycle dragging forever and ever and ever.
You are the man. Sweep the leg, right?
Sweep the leg, no mercy, and cycle dragging.
Check that. Did we say 100,000 subscribers? I meant 110. We are on the move. Thank you so much. It's because of you. Let's keep this thing growing. Also down below, we want your comments. I read every single one of them. We want to know where you're watching from. If you have any suggestions, if you have any feedback, let us know. Thank you guys so much for 110,000 subscribers.
Right here, 20-time Top Fuel champion, world record holder. And one thing I'd like to do is be cycledrag.com on Facebook. And I'd like for everybody to watch and view Cycle Drag on YouTube. People that help us out, help our sport out a lot. And if you don't support them, hard for us to give you support, guys. And just keep supporting my man Jack, and we'll be here a long time.
Hey, Cycle Drag, you know we got your back. Come here for a second. Check this out. Brock's Performance Exhaust. Well, right now, if you go down below in the description, you will find a special link to save you money at Brock's Performance. Make sure you check it out. The link is down below. You can get your exhaust pipe and so much more.
We try to save you some money when we can. If you've ever seen the Gadsons race live or have a story, please share it down below in the comments. And if you love all things fast motorcycles, make sure you are subscribed to Cycle Drag on YouTube. Like, comment, share, like cycledrag.com on Facebook. And you know, if there's fast motorcycles or a compelling story involved, we're in. Cycle Drag rolls on.